Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Today's flavor is maple pecan pie. It was from Aldi's, one of their specialty coffees. It's pretty good. So today's high is supposed to be 54 with a chance of rain this afternoon, like a 50% chance, but it's gloomy again. And this is why in Ohio it's difficult to have power with solar, because we have so many gloomy days in the fall and winter and spring. Summer we have plenty of sunshine, but the rest of the time there's a lot of gloomy days. So we make our indoors cozy instead of gloomy. So I'm planning on staying home today. There's really nothing I need. I was shopping on Amazon yesterday, but the stuff that was in my cart is still in the cart. There's a few things in there that I was thinking I'd like to get, but it's not something that I have to have right away, so it's fine. Anyway, I'm planning on making some of my own creamer. I bought the ingredients, but haven't done it yet. And besides, I have some oat milk creamer. This is good. It's the coffee cake flavor. I used up the chocolate, and I didn't want to open up another chocolate before I use this one up. So I took my Airborne this morning because I am having some cold symptoms, but so far, knock on wood, they're not bad. So I've been taking the Airborne. I started yesterday because that's the first sign of the kind of prickly nose and the sneezing. So I'm a little stuffy, but not too bad. So let's give the coffee a taste. Cheers. Oh, that's pretty good. Not as good as the chocolate creamer. But anyway, with the creamer, I bought the sweetened condensed milk, and I bought half and half. And I think I'm going to try and flavor it with some of my Tarani syrups that I have right here. And we'll see how it turns out. I'm just going to make a small batch at first. I'm not going to make a big, huge batch. And apparently you can freeze it too, so that's probably what I'll end up doing. Because, you know, when you only drink 1 or 2 cups a day, you don't use it up that fast. And then it's just a waste of money. I don't know if it's really saving anything, because the sweetened condensed milk was like almost $3, close to $3. And the half and half isn't cheap either. So, okay, well, I will meet you over there at the budget book. What, you gotta go out again? Oh, okay, well, we'll go to the budget book afterwards. All right, let's see. Let's let the little man out. You gotta go potty? Do you have to go outside? Oh, no, this way, bud. Okay, let's see. Yep, see, gloomy. Gloomy, gloomy. The wisteria is still growing. I need to trim that before the deck guy comes. And there's a tree out there that keeps planting itself. I think it's like a wild cherry or something, but I don't want that there. So, yep, it's gloomy. All right, well, I'll leave these guys outside And we'll go over here. Kitchen still looks pretty good, I think. Got some glass bottles to put away there. And that's the pretty candle that I got at Mark's for $2.99. So, alright, well, gonna spin you around here. There we go. And I will meet you over there at the budget book. Okay, well, here I am back at the budget book. Yesterday I didn't spend any money. I almost did, but I didn't. So I still have several things in my Amazon cart that I want to get because they're Black Friday specials. So I don't really want to miss out on that. So within the next couple days I'll be picking those up. And I think it comes to roughly around $100, the things that I want to get. So they're not all practical. Some, are a little less and some are a little more. But sometimes you do have to treat yourself, and that's fine. What else do we work our whole life for? Definitely not to never have any pleasure. At least that's my philosophy. So I think I'm going to have a simple dinner tonight again. I've been trying to do that. Use up what I have in the freezer, even though I did buy a couple things, the vegan meats. And I've just kind of been relying a little too much on those lately. But since I'm trying to get the house in order, something's got to give. So I've been leaning more towards foods that are convenient for me to prepare rather than cooking everything from scratch. But I fully intend to get back to that. So anyway, not much else to report on the budget book today. I don't know what I'm going to be doing in as far as, again, you just were. He's very busy going outside this morning. So anyway, that's all I have for the budget book this morning. I'm going to let my little buddy out, and I'll be back. Here's this morning's project. So I'm trying to put batteries in the remote, and the battery charger says the batteries are still good in my Amazon remote and also in the TV remote, but it's not working, so I'm thinking the batteries are old. So I've been throwing away old batteries. Some of them already were past their prime. So batteries drive me crazy because it seems like whenever you go to use one, they're never good. So I do buy the cheap Dollar Tree batteries and use those a lot, but not all of these are cheap Dollar Tree batteries. Some of them are Duracell. They just, I don't know, they don't last very well in storage, and it's something that you really need to store for your flashlights and all your other things. So I don't know, I guess I'm going to have to go out and buy some super fresh batteries. Otherwise, I can't get my TV remote to work. And it's this TV in the kitchen. Oh, it's so frustrating with these batteries. Now, I have rechargeable batteries that are all charged up. I'm going to try those and see if they work. Otherwise, it's another problem. I'll have to investigate further. When I was at Costco, a while back, I got these 2 rechargeable battery packs, and apparently it was the battery on this, it's an Amazon remote, because I put 2 of these in and now it works. So even though this thing is saying the batteries are still good, apparently it didn't have enough juice in it for that. So I don't know, it's frustrating with these batteries. So for now I'll just use the rechargeable, and I'll pick up a couple more of those at some point and just keep those charged. I don't know how long the charge will last, but we'll see. So, yeah, I threw quite a few batteries away. So, I don't know. What do you guys do with the battery situation? I want to keep stocked up on batteries, but if they aren't any good by the time I use them, what is the point, right? So, okay, I'm going to get back to this and at least get it organized. Okay, well, I got everything organized, and that will be going into my candle, small appliance closet, and we'll see if they're all good. Otherwise, I'll start throwing more of these away. But the rechargeables are working well, so I may pick up a few more of those. All right. All done with the batteries. Okay, well, this morning I'm going to try and make some homemade coffee creamer. So what I'm going to use is this Eagle brand condensed milk. It's the only one that was only milk and sugar. Didn't have any other additives. I'm going to use half and half, and then I'm going to use this chocolate caramel creamer syrup from Torani. So I'll use equal parts of these. I've seen all kinds of different recipes out there, and some of them recommend that you heat up the creamer. I'm going to try and do it just plain first, and then if I don't like that, then I'll heat it up and then let it cool. So I have here a used kombucha bottle that I'm going to use, and then I think what I'm going to do, since I won't be using all of this Eagle milk, I'll probably freeze these for another batch. So I'll use half and half, and then I'll put like a 1/4 cup maybe of the chocolate caramel creamer. I have to probably go by taste because that's very sweet and so is this. So I may need more of the half and half. I'm just playing around with this and experimenting. And yes, I still have all my different colored nail polishes on. That polish lasted pretty well for some really cheap nail polish. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and mix this up, and I'll be back. So I added half a cup of the condensed milk, the sweetened condensed milk, half a cup of half and half, and about a 1/4 cup of the Torani chocolate caramel, and it's really, really sweet. So I think what I'm going to do, and I mix that up with my whisk. That worked real well with this frothing whisk. You don't want to over froth it, but I think what I'm going to do, because it's so sweet, I'm going to add more of the half and half until I get it to taste as sweet as I like it. So that's it for the chocolate caramel DIY coffee creamer, and later on today I'll have a cup of coffee and see if I like it. Well, I'm having an afternoon cup of Ticino, and this one happens to be Snickerdoodle. It's very good. And I'm having it with my homemade coffee creamer, and it's pretty darn good. Cheers, my friends. Yes, that will do nicely. So I'm thinking about getting a milk frother. I have a handheld one, but I see on Amazon, and they have quite a few of them for Black Friday deals, where it's more like a cup, and you put your milk in, and it automatically froths it. So this would be good, I think good milk for frothing. I think that would be fun. Always got to have something fun to do with your stuff, with your food, with your house, with your clothing. I think that's just important, to have fun with your stuff. So today my daughter-in-law, she's a real sweetie. She told me that my granddaughter was having some allergy reactions, so she ordered a food test for her, and it came up that she was lactose intolerant and something else too. I can't remember what the other thing was. And she said that through her company where she works, she got 40% off the test. So it tests for 200 different food allergens. So I asked her to send me the link and also the discount code, which she did. So the test, I think, is normally $189, and for Black Friday it had 30% off. And then she sent me the code, which took another, I think it was 40% off, something like that. And then I went through PayPal credit, which gave me another $20 off. So I ended up paying $93 for the test. So I haven't gotten it yet. Probably take about a week to get here. So we'll see. I got to do something. I mean, obviously there's something amiss, and to actually go through every food group and every single food, and just do like an elimination diet, that could take forever to do. So I figured this way at least I'll have some sort of an idea what I might have some sensitivity to. So I'm kind of excited to get that test. It's just a blood test. It's a finger prick test that you send in to them, and it tests for, I think, IgG and some other reactive, I don't know what it is, enzyme or protein or something. But anyway, I went ahead and got the test today, and hopefully that'll give me some inkling of the issues I'm having, because I noticed when I was doing the SIBO test and I could only eat rice and eggs, I didn't have any bloating and I didn't have any gassiness going on. My stomach was a little bit upset in the beginning, but that's kind of normal for me. But I did notice I didn't have any abdominal pain. So that's why I'm thinking it is diet related. And I used to think it's like, okay, one thing, I'm allergic to one thing, and I shouldn't eat it, but I don't know what it is. But I'm thinking, I have the sneaky suspicion it's multiple things for me that I might have a food sensitivity towards. So hopefully this will give me some answers, and I can make some adjustments in my diet. So my SIBO test came back negative, so that's good. No $1,000 plus medication needed. I wasn't going to pay that anyway. I had SIBO several years ago, and I don't even think that drug was out at that time, so I was treated for that. But like I said before, I don't remember. I think it was with biocidin, which is a it's not a drug. So it's a biological something or other. So anyway, that was good. I was happy to hear that. So no SIBO. I guess my gut bacteria are okay, but boy, I'll tell you, sometimes they're working overtime. So I was going to read a little quote from Quote of the Day. Let's see. Something inspirational. It is never too late to be what you might have been. That's by George Eliot, and that's true. Successful people ask better questions, and as a result, they get better answers. That's by Tony Robbins. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. That's by Marcus Aurelius. And boy, is that true. So, I know sometimes I think we all have thoughts that just keep, swirling around in our head. And the only way that I've learned to sidetrack those thoughts is to fill my brain with some other thoughts. So if I start thinking something negative, I try to replace it with something positive. Like, okay, if I'm doing a project and it's like, oh, you're never going to get all this done. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to work. You're never going to get anything done. I try to replace those thoughts with, you know what, Ellen, let's do this part of the project. Let's do a little part of the project, and, at least it'll be a beginning. So that seems to work pretty well for me. I've talked about that before, where I just sort of divide things up into smaller projects, even if that's only like making the creamer today. If it's only, okay, I'm going to open the can, going to open the container of the milk, and I'm just going to work on that a little bit. So otherwise, you just keep pushing it off to infinity, and then it never gets done. So I found that works for me, and if I have thoughts that I keep going over and over in my head, sometimes I'll go to the mirror and I'll look myself in the eye and I just say, stop. Just stop. And that seems to help too. And then I think about something more pleasant. Because otherwise, you can kind of spin off into a hole somewhere, and then it's hard to climb out of that hole. So that's the way I stay positive. That's the way I stay happy. I do a lot of self-talk, and if that means talking out loud to yourself, so what? You can always pretend you're on your cell phone. People are always walking around with their earbuds talking, so it's not that weird anymore to have people walking around talking to themselves. Now, my ex-husband, number 2, he was a super-duper talk-aloner. And in his family, this was before me, each of his family members had an Indian name, American Indian, that they gave each other, So his nickname was Talks Alone. Because he was always talking to himself. He'd have whole conversations with himself. So, and his first ex-wife was head in hands, because I guess she was always sitting at the table like this. I can't remember what the 2 kids, what their names were, but I'm sure they had their own names. So I should give my dogs Indian names. The one I can think the most of would be little Lizzie. She would be Barks a Lot. That would be her Indian name. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. This might be fun. What you think a good Indian name would be for me. I really don't know. So give me some ideas in the comments below about what my Indian name should be. So, all right, well, the landscapers are here again. They're blowing leaves. It seems like they're here every other day. And I think I'm going to order those Amazon things that I have in my cart. But we'll see. My neighbor was telling me that she had signed up for Instacart. They had a deal going at some point, and she signed up for it. And she was all happy to report to me that she had Instacart do all of her Thanksgiving shopping at different stores. So I'm going to look into that too. I don't know how much Instacart is for a yearly membership, but she said she got a really good deal on it, so maybe they still have the deal going. I know I got a good deal on the Walmart app. It was like half price, so I think I paid $49, something like that, for a year. But even if I have to pay full price, I'll keep that. To me, it's worth it, especially in the winter when you don't feel like going out or you can't go out. Then the Walmart app is very handy to have. And I think it's well worth spending the money. So, because you can even choose your stores, whether, I have 2 Walmart stores in my area that I could choose from. So sometimes with one store, if they don't have what I need, I'll switch over to the other store. So, okay, my friends, I'm just going to have a baked potato and a bagged salad for dinner. Or maybe I'll have a wrap and a baked potato. I don't know, something really simple, because I don't feel like cooking. So, all right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helps my channel grow. Don't forget to share, and thanks for watching.